Tonight on Q2, border busts.
As drug issues continue to skyrocket at the southern border, new technology aims to help patrol agents crack down.
We think this is important to do, along with additional manpower at the southern border.
Now Montana's two senators demanding more to be done to protect the border.
And powerlifting grannies.
The reason I do this is to stay in shape and to be active with my grandkids.
These women showing off their strength while proving age is just a number.
The MTN News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
And good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Andrea Lutz.
And I'm Russ Riesinger. First tonight, a shocking number. 75,000 people in the United States died of overdoses from synthetic opioids like fentanyl last year.
From October to January, Customs and Border Patrol seized more than 12,000 pounds of fentanyl, the majority at the southern border. And now a boost in technology could even help them stop more.
MTN's Jackie Coffin checks in with both the Montana senators as they press the president to bolster border security.
Immigration and Border Patrol are complex issues, especially when they're happening so far from Montana's backyard. But they're issues I've been following for years. In 2019, I reported at the U.S.-Mexican border in Nogales, Arizona, and learned a lot about Border Patrol, including one element Senator Tester wants to beef up.
They cut the wire and then they have it on the other side there.
I rode along with U.S. Customs and Border Patrol in 2019 as agents described what they call the three main components to stopping illegal activity here: infrastructure, technology, and manpower.
I said, we don't see the necessity of continuing the pedestrian fence here because we're pretty far away from the population.
And it's the technology component of border security that Senator John Tester told me this week he wants to improve.
We think this is important to do, along with additional manpower at the southern border and all borders as far as that goes, to be able to get ahead of this fentanyl thing.
Tester joined a small bipartisan group of senators in asking the president to increase funding for non-intrusive inspection technology. You've likely seen something similar to this before, going through airport security. At the border, this technology uses large X-rays to scan and take images of vehicles and boats trying to enter, and allows agents to see what's crossing faster and with more accuracy.
But we have so much opportunity in the area of technology.
Tester says the funding for that border technology would be part of the 2024 budget proposal. And in an election year like 2024, border security will be a hot topic. Senator Steve Daines and other Republican members of Montana's congressional delegation think technology is just one small part of the solution.
We must build the wall for the sake of our Montana communities.
A debate stirring up lots of opinions in Washington as drug overdoses in Montana continue to soar. In Billings, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
The Billings School District is taking unprecedented measures to try and improve security inside the city's schools. The district has hired its first ever safety coordinator, the first full-time position of its kind anywhere in Montana. Former Billings police officer Jeremy House was hired at a meeting earlier this week. House spent 30 years with Billings Police, at one point even serving as assistant chief. He'll now oversee the district's 9 school resource officers, which up until now were assigned to the school district's activities director.
There's violence on the way to school. There's violence when they're leaving school. It may not be to the shooting or anything like that, but we don't want to get there. We want my position and the SROs to prevent that. We never have something like that ever happen.
School District 2 has dealt with several safety concerns over the past year, including several threats written on bathroom stalls that resulted in arrests.
Here's a heads up if you have weekend travel plans. We got another wintry system coming in, and that could include some areas of heavy snow, some wind. No big surprise. Maybe around Casper, we're going to see some stronger winds, and also travel concerns pretty widespread in central and western Montana. So this system, while we don't have any alerts right around our area in the forms of watches or warnings, here's where that system is going to start to spread tonight into southwest Montana and then continue to move up, especially hitting hard areas of northeastern Montana. For us, it will bring a few consequences, some lighter snow, maybe even a rain-snow mix as we start getting into tonight and tomorrow. We'll explain what's going to happen next with the forecast in a little bit.
Well, weightlifting can be a challenge for people of all ages.
But one group of women all over the age of 60 is putting even the strongest to shame.
Diane Parker introduces us to these powerlifting grannies.
Positively Montana is sponsored by Yellowstone Valley Electric Cooperative.
If you're looking for some inspiration, you may find it right here at the gym, where this group of powerlifting grandmas is living out their golden years getting strong.
Inside the vault at Granite Health and Fitness in Billings, you'll find Pat, Sue, Cindy, and Valerie pumping iron. These grannies are all nearing 70, but they can each deadlift 200 pounds.
I have 4 grandkids.
I have 7. They range from 15 to 6.
I have 3. Then I actually have 3 step-grandkids out in Virginia.
I have 4 grandchildren. Their ages are 6, 4, and a set of twins that are 2.
While some of these ladies live to be active with those grandkids, the side benefits, they say, are plenty. Boosted confidence and booties, to name a few.
We do deadlifts, we do hip thrusts, stuff like that, and now it's like that just came with it.
In Ryan's 8 years of training at this gym, the number of women of any age who can powerlift over 200 pounds has gone from about 3 to 30.
Cool to see barriers being broken down and realizing that that's achievable for people of any age.
I'm 68.
220, I think, on deadlift.
I deadlift 225.
So Pat and Sue came to me about 3 years ago. They're golfers, and then they walk together every morning for like 2+ hours. With both of them, when we started, we were deadlifting like 40 pounds. Now both of them deadlift like 220 pounds.
For this duo, that means fewer back, knee, and shoulder issues.
Helps everything, so it lowers chance of osteoporosis, helps reduce chance of like diabetes, stuff like that. Just being fitter fixes a lot of things.
The reason I do this is to stay in shape and to be active with my grandkids.
I'm 64.
My favorite part is still seeing someone get their first chin-up. I think a lot of women think that a chin-up is something they can't do, so whether it takes someone 6 weeks or 6 months, it's really cool seeing someone hitting that milestone. Everyone who's got their first one is on that first category there. And then this is anyone who's deadlifted over 150, over 200, or over 250.
There's a lot of numbers listed on these boards, but as these powerlifting grannies prove, age is just a starting point, not a barrier. In Billings, Diane Parker, MTN News.
The finishing touches are complete, and now is your chance to tour the 2023 St. Jude Dream Home. Tickets are still on sale, but there's only about 3,000 of them left to buy. And that's right, they cut the ribbon on the house today, turning on the lights, and donors and supporters got a firsthand look at that home fully furnished and ready to be won. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is teaming up, of course, with us, Q2, to give away this home on April 13th. It's located in this Legacy West subdivision in the far west end. It's 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and those who saw that home today say it is a pretty good deal for any type of family.
You walk in and you feel like this is doable. This is comforting. It's not grandiose, so over the top where you're like, oh, that's a little weird. It's doable. Your family could be here.
And the tour is ready to go. Every Saturday and Sunday is when you can get inside that home and take a look at everything it has to offer. You can reserve your ticket as well and register for that $10,000 gas and grocery card that we're also giving away. To learn more, you can visit ktvq.com/dreamhome.
And it really is a beautiful home and goes to such a great cause.
It really does. It supports all of those children fighting cancer.
For sure. Well, still to come on the MTN 530 News, let the games begin. State tournaments are underway, and the Hardin community sent their girls team off in style. We'll have all your highlights from across the state coming up a bit later in sports.
Wow, but next, Bearded Bulldog. Yep, it's one of the new Billings restaurants dishing up delicious favorites, all while revamping Montana Avenue. The story's coming up next.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
Well, many bars and breweries specialize in, well, you guessed it, their drinks.
But a new Billings restaurant is partnering up with 4 bars and breweries near Montana Avenue to add pub grub to the menu. We're talking about the Bearded Bulldog, now offering food delivery to any of the 4 up until 9 o'clock, Tuesday through Saturday.
In tonight's Out and About, our Kelsey Marison takes us there as she learns more about this unique concept.
It's a restaurant without tables or even a place to sit. Food from the Bearded Bulldog is delivered on foot to bars and breweries in downtown Billings, so you can dine while you enjoy a drink.
I've always loved bar food, and so we thought, why not do a second concept?
Calling all foodies.
I can't wait to try out the rest of the menu.
A new pub grub spot has joined the Billings food scene.
Did you guys see that there was an ad to that order?
And is challenging the traditional restaurant concept.
We've always done kind of soft pretzels and chips and stuff like that, but we've never really gone with the restaurant model.
By delivering food on foot.
Where are you going? Thirsty Street.
To 4 bars and breweries near Montana Avenue.
Now you can get Bearded Bulldog pub grub at Carter's, Rainbow Bar, Thirsty Street, and Undammed for right now.
The opportunity for them to deliver here and bring their expertise in cuisine to a pub like this is something we can't pass up. So I think it's a great partnership.
Well, this is a new concept. The owners of the Bearded Bulldog are seasoned vets in the restaurant game.
My husband and I are the owners. He's cooking right now, so.
Jen and Jason Marble also own the Marble Table, which was nominated for a James Beard Award last year, the most prestigious in the restaurant industry. They admit this is a little outside the box.
We don't know about brewing beer or owning a bar, but we know about owning a restaurant. We're here to be able to help out our neighbors. I do feel that if we're all busy and people are down here on Montana Avenue seeing how beautiful it is, how clean the streets are, and the difference that not only the shares have made, but all the rest of us that have this in mind.
In addition to delivery, you can also order online for pickup.
It should be pretty easy for people driving home from work.
Everything from mouth-watering burgers to sausages to onion rings.
We've been looking for onion rings for years, and they were fantastic.
A restaurant without tables or chairs, but one serving up good eats.
I'm gonna go take that right now.
And filling a need in the Billings bar scene.
I definitely want to say thank you. You know, it means a lot to my husband and I. I don't want to get very teary about it, but it really means the world that we get to share what we do. We feel so loved.
In Billings, Kelsey Marison, MTN News.
Well, Ed, it doesn't look like that snow we got is going to last very long.
Yeah, we got to warm up, but there is more snow for much of the state. We'll show you where when we come back.